Previously, we found the vault of the Ninth World, looted Farad's vault, assisted Chad in his final moments, and confronted difficult memories through the sensory stones, especially the painful truth behind our past relationship with Deionarra.
He stands powerful in the shadows. He strides into that light of a drifting candle glow, and you feel the serpent breathing and dying. You turn, his face stirred, but somewhere in those features you can almost see his pleasure at seeing you. After all, only you can help me. But it was wrong for me to ask you. It is you, gray skin like a statue, striding for the light. Are you that scarred?
Introducing
Primordius Gamer.
Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition Playthrough Pot 22.
Here we go to the third of these. Probably another version of me. Let's go see. This sticky green stone is securely fastened to the pedestal. It rests upon the inscription beneath it reads, "The Messenger." Begin the sensation. As you touch the stone, its green exterior sharpens, clashing its brightness, becoming more than you can bear, so much so you close your eyes to shut it out. Close your eyes, submerge into the experience, shake off the experience, let go of the stone. As you close your eyes, you feel the skin along your arm become numb, as if all sensation is being bled from them. Tired, so tired. You try and blink, yet the darkness remains. Your lids feel soft and sluggish, unresponsive. You are sitting on what feels to be a dirt floor, and around you is the smell of coppery blood and herbs. Why are you here? You came here to what? Your memory fails you, but you feel a growing panic beginning to well up within you. Try get your bearings, stir yourself from the experience. Okay. Awake now, are you? A questioning all a done? What? A questioning all a done? Okay. This voice is an old woman's thick, scratchy, as if it is trying to force its way past a thick layer of dust. Try as you must, you cannot open your eyes and see the woman, but you feel a shiver of fear. Something is wrong, terribly wrong. You try to respond, but all you can manage is a ragged croak. You can't feel your tongue in your eyes. What's wrong with your eyes? Listen. Now, I see me, you did. I spoke, you did, and poorly. So the price have you paid, The crone sounds amused. Then her tone drops sharply. No more of your questions. Now you listen, and you will remember my words, for in minding me you shall live, she hisses. Nod if you hear me, or another bit shall I take. Nod. Remember me, traveler. Remember me to a stone, one of the pretty glimmers in your festive hall. Use it like a cup. Pour what you feel into it. And know this. Remember me to a man who wears a skin of scars and tattoos, who seeks memories but has misplaced them. If smart he is, he will know the knowing of me. Tell him to find me, or if I am not to be found, tell him to come to the Glimmer Stone, and we shall speak, my precious man. And I, the woman pauses, then hisses again, nod if you hear me, ragged thing. No. Ah, pretty polite to a listen so long. When he comes to the Glimmerstone, tell the man to speak my name, and your pain shall not have been in vain. The crow's voice trails off as if distracted. You try to speak again, but there is only a sick, gurgling noise. What happened? Who is this person? Why are you? And you begin to feel yourself slip into unconscious. Ravel, it is I.
Updated my journal.
There is a silence. Ravel? My precious man. There is the slow shuffling of feet, and you feel a sharp prickle in your left eye. You grasp, and suddenly, barely you can see. With your one and only eye, you lie in a gray hut upon a dirty floor, where blood, your bright red blood, has seeped into the surrounding gray dust. Your arms are gone. Your legs have been hacked off at the knees, yet you feel numbed, and there is no pain, only fear. There is someone above you, someone looking down on you. Look up. As you look up through your bloody, blurred vision, you see a horrid, blush-ish gray face, grinning with yellow tusks. Ravel is pleased and wondering I was if this messenger would make it. For a week he was, when his bits were placed on my plate. She holds up a talon in front of you. Impaled on the tip of it is an eyeball. The right one, yet to the festival he returned. It seems. And our time together has the shared. And now you have come success. Ravel, I have many questions for you. The crow shakes her head. Your blurred vision seeing 3 images at once. Her grayish hair is like brimbles drifting down her shoulders. No, only time for answers does Ravel have. And she has no time to waste with your guest questions. Know this, in the knowing grows strong, you must find me. My precious man. But how? I do not know. I cannot stay.
Updated my journal.
I am beyond knowing in a lady's place now. Shush and listen to Ravel, for there is much you must do to find me. A 3 thing must you do. Find the door, know the key, then unlock the key. The door? Key? Unlock the key? Ravel, how am I talking to you if this is someone else's experience? Well, clearly one of me figured that out too. Door? The door is not a finished thing, at least when I last gazed upon it. But in the passing of time, perhaps. Now, well wrought it is. Go to the place of forges and steel. Perhaps there you will find the door that takes one to me. I'm guessing it's that siege tower. What is the key you speak of? Unlock the key? What do you mean? Okay, to know of the key, speak to one of the knowing ones. Many up there are in the festival. Many, yet only one there who knows the knowing of what the key is that you need. Loosen his tongue, and many secrets shall I spill forth. What do you say? A knowing the key is not enough, so Ravel thinks knowing it and unlocking it, 2 tasks that must be joined. For at times a thing knows not its nature, but you are no stranger to that. Ravel crackles, a long, hideous cry that fills your ears with pain. And how do we know? How are we talking to you through someone else's experience? Of those stones and experiences and telling will Ravel do, but not the telling of how she speaks to you now. She speaks soothingly. Many are the branchings and twistings of Ravel, and many are her secrets. I need you, and I need you knowing this. Okay. Well. Return, I will give what help I can. Return, I will give what... Ravel gives a final smile, a horrible yellow fanged grin. A blackish tongue darts from her lips and lingers at the edge, teasing. But in the end, only the one question remains. But what do you mean, Ravel? Only one question that is, I ask. Ravel's eyes blaze like fires. Yeah. The red light turning her face blood red. What can change the nature of a man? At the question, you feel a tremor pass through you, the thunder, and you feel yourself burn. Let the spirits go. Your vision clears until you are standing once again before the hideously green stone. It looks different than before, more horrid. Somehow, try and shake off the experience.
I feel stronger.
I wonder why. Okay, since we're already at 20 of that, we'll go ahead and go detect traps. Open doors might be good too. Well. Okay. Hooray.
I'm gone.
I guess I just need to look for, named people. Oh, right, there's this guy. This old man is chewing on something, muttering softly to himself. After a moment, there is a crack as he crunches down on the object in his mouth, then swallows it. His bushy, brushy, white eyebrows furrow for a moment, and raise, and then furrow again. Greetings. Without so much as looking at you, the man reaches into his tunic, pulls out a colored ball, regards it curiously for a moment, then pops it into his mouth. I said, greetings? The man frowns and waves you away, then nods to himself thoroughly as he savors the flavor of whatever he's put in his mouth. I've got some questions. I did not mean to do that. I meant to ask. Greetings. And greetings. The man smirks, bites his thumb at you, then abruptly pauses. His cheeks swell, and with a violent gag, he spits up a black fly which begins to buzz around the chamber. Moonsaurian candies be damned, he cries, shaking his fist at the insect. He swirls at you. What? I had questions for you. He pops a small red candy into his mouth. Do you always trapsy about okay. Mages with your arrogant prattle, babbling, chittering, chattering. The candy shoots from his mouth on chattering, flying in a high arc to the land on the floor with a wet plip. He stares at it sadly. My question, I'm sorry about your candy. Pick it up and eat. Oh, God. I'm tempted. You snatch up the candy, pop it in your mouth, and it tastes as sweet and tangy. The mage's jaw drops. But delectable, scrumptious burning fruit candy. That was good. Can I have another? Calm down. I only mean to ask you some questions. Another one? Another one? Of all the raw, blistering nerve, what makes you think you deserve another candy, you unmannerable cartridge? I don't deserve one. I want one. Now, let's have one. It Come on, just give me one. Forget it. How dare you! You so ungracefully damned candy of me, demand candy of me, as if were some divine right granted to you by the greatest of powers. Shall I just kneel to this whim of yours? Oh, great one, pass my treacherous candies on to your stigmated scorch. Why don't I anoint them with precious oils? Have them blessed first. He stomps his foot with each word. No, no, no! I think not. Come on, just give me one. Fine, then forget it. I shall forget. I shall. Forgotten it is. You scrumptious, rot brain, clitter now brain. But I have some questions. I care not. You beef witted, but pig nut. His eyes bulge out, his jaws, his fingers at you. Now off with you, and do not return without being prepared to show the proper respect. Come, bearing tribute, a gift. He suddenly draws close and whispers from the side of his mouth. Candies or chocolate would be nice, but nothing common, mind you. Bring something exotic now. Be gone. Fine, I'll look around the ward for something suitable then.
Updated my journal.
That's probably the most interesting way I think I've got a quest. Probably not the most sanitary way either. But it worked. Okay, I think there was
All
some
right.
candy in that one location. So, go there after I go talk to, what's his face? Okay. You see, greetings, Iannis. You again. Ian frowns slightly as he sees you. What is it you want this time? I had some questions for you. Very well, what can I help? There's a sensory stone in the Sensorium that contains a fragment of your daughter's experience. Okay. His eyes blaze with hope. There is? But in which one? You must tell me. It is one of the sensory stones. If you are not a sensate, you could not gain access. He thinks for a moment. I must find a way. Perhaps they would make an exception for her father. If you were on it, I could speak with someone. I'm certain they would make an exception in your case. I do not wish to break the sensate's laws. Nonetheless, I could speak to someone and see if something else might be done. I could help you for a price. My word may carry some weight as at the festival. They might. Right now, in the Sense Stone, she left a legacy number for me. Oh. This is a matter between you and them. Now, tell me more about. Instant nods. It seems you spoke true. My daughter was known to you. Then, he sighs. Hold a moment, and I will see what was left to you. I will wait.
Updated my journal.
All the articles are accounted for. Iannis is holding 3 scrolls in his hand. I had no idea she had established a legacy here. He is staring at the items, almost hypnotized. Here you are. If I may I read them, sir? It is private matter. As an advocate, you must understand this. Let me read them first, then I shall decide. Of course, here you are. Will he read them aloud? Might have to load, depending. Well, Iannis takes the scroll and studies it. There is a long silence. That he slowly looks up at you. You meant very much to my daughter. She was willing to give up her life for you. I believe that is the case.
Updated my journal.
Iannis hands the scrolls back to you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your kindness. It is the least I could do. Perhaps there is something else you could help me with. I mourn the loss of your daughter. I hope her words gave you some comfort. Farewell. Oh. Oops. Okay, so healing scroll. Healing scroll special. Heals 33 hit points. This tissue thin and vellum scroll was part of Deionarra's legacy. The scroll is neatly rolled up and wrapped with a red ribbon. When the ribbon is open, the healing magic contained within the scroll is released. The scroll will heal even the most critical of wounds. It is distinguished into the powder when used. Well, I'm just going to put that right there. And just make sure that... And... Okay, here we go. My love, if you are reading this, then the tragedy I have seen has come to pass. I have died, and you have remained to suffer the loss. Know this, my love. I know why you were forced to shield your feelings from me. You sought to protect me from the terrible burden you carry with you. The distance you kept between us was your way of protecting me, and the brief moments when we were alone and you let your feelings be known, that was when I knew you cared for me. Carry no regrets with you. Carry no guilt, for I came with you on your haunted journey of my own accord, and no matter how death came for me, I know that you did everything in your power to save me. Our lives are intertwined by love, and death shall not be a wall between us. For my sight has seen what is to come, only in the two segments, but it is enough for me to know that we will be separated for a time, but we shall be reconciled again. Thus, do not see my death as a farewell, but only as an interval, interval before we meet again. Carry my ring with you, and those in ring with you, and these other pieces of me. Think of me, keep me in your mind, heart, and that will be the beacon that brings us together. Wait, ring? Oh, I didn't even notice that one. Deionarra's wedding ring. I'm trying saying wedding with R. Okay. +1 to saving throws, armor, and piercing. This ivory ring was part of Deionarra's legacy. It radiates a slight glow, though it is cold to the touch. The chill is strangely comforting. The ivory band stretches to fit the width of any finger. Among the many secrets of the Society of Sensei is the ability to shape a particular stone from Elysium, dubbed the Soul Stone. While this stone is not as powerful as the Sensory Stones, the Soul Stone is said to carry an imprint of the shaper's feelings. These rings are often used in sensate marriage ceremonies, each ring inscribed with the feelings of the other. This ring was obviously intended for you. When wearing Deionarra's ring, you gain added protection from all attacks, and additionally protection from any piercing weapon attacks. Presumably, the ring's purpose is to shield the heart from the shock and trauma. This extends to any physical pain the wearer suffers as well. Okay, what was this ring? Armor class versus... Okay, technically wearing both would be good, but this one might be better. And check, make sure nothing else was given that I didn't realize. Probably should have checked all my stuff to make sure. Yeah, I think we might have found what we were looking for. We'll try it. Yeah, I can do that. The magic's expression crawls as he spies you approaching. Unbelievable! You've chosen to cross me with your detestable presence once more, you ill-conceived reek sword! He pauses, his courage to eat a small peppermint. I pray you've learned your lessons. yourself some manners, I've brought you some imported chocolate as a gift. Oh? His demeanor changes in an instant. Very kind of you, very gentlemanly. May I see? Show him the chocolate quisit. He takes it from your hands. Oh, quite rare these are, and most delectable. He bites off a large piece and tucks what's left into his tunic. I had some questions. He frowns at you, licking the last of the chocolate off his finger. Who told you to bother me with innate questions? He stares at you, accusing. Come now, what is it that you wish to bother me with? Or begone. He fishes a malt ball from his sleeve and eats it. Who are you? May I have some candy? Can you tell me about this place? What do you know of Ravel Puzzlewell? I am Quell. He holds up his hand impersonally, as if to stop you from introducing yourself. And don't bother to introduce yourself. You must be the most insolent, annoying pest this side of Sigil that I've heard so much about. A true pleasure to meet you, and thank you. Thank the power it couldn't have waited until you had curled up and died, thereby sparing me the pain of being forced to barter words with you. I would gladly trade my formidable sorceress powers for but a minor enchantment that would pierce your thick skull and introduce at least the idea of manners. Manners? What about the chocolate I brought you? Could you teach me? For powers? He opens his mouth to speak, fingers raises, then stop. You have me there, sir. He shrugs and eats another candy. As I thought, I had other questions. He rolls his eyes, indicating that for you to continue with a wave of his hand. This might be a good question. Oh. At the mention of her name, he swallows the candy he's sucking on with a loud gulp, wincing in pain. What to tell? Why tell at all? Such tales are best left in dusty books and in the attic of old men's minds. Evil, such a name. Such dark tales swarm about, like flies on a corpse. Just the same, I need you to tell me. He rolls his eyes, plopping another candy in his mouth. She's a night hag, my boy, who came to Sigil. All evil cackles. She was alive with her shadow magic and ready to butt heads with the Lady of Pain. Barmy old hag, only succeeding in getting herself mazed. She's likely dead by now. Shadow magic? How might I find her? Mazed. Okay. Yes, he seems uneasy about speaking of her. Ravel not dabbled, but excelled in all schools of magic. She knew shadow magics of illusions, shadows of substance, shadows, residues of dead things. How might I find her? How might you... What? His candy rolls out right out of his mouth and onto the tiles. Before you can so much as look at it, he snatches it back up, plops it back into his mouth, giving you a dirty look. What? Why would you ask such a thing? Are you mad? What would you possibly want with such an evil creature? She knows something about my past. Never mind that. What did you say about shadow magic? Doubtful. She was made many centuries ago. Gone. Pinned in the dead book. She is. And even if she were somehow still clutching to life with her black and bloody talons. What could she possibly know about you if she wasn't the spitting image of cackling evil, that is, and was even willing to help you? I'll just have to hope she's alive and will help me. By Lady Sixteenth in her swollen tummy, what a flickering candle of hope hurled into the howling winds of pandemonium that is. Flicker whooshes, don't be any more the fool than you need to be. I must still seek her out, whether she's dead or alive. So if she's dead, as she most likely is, then what is your plan? May I ask? You have everything all figured out, do you? Quell is just blowing words out his bits. Nonsense, nothing. What do you plan to do if she's in the dead book, eh? I don't know. I'll figure it out. What do you think I should do? Tempted to do this one. That's the best plan I've ever heard! Pure blind white genius of an idea! No idea how to get into the maze, no idea how to get out, no idea what to do if she's dead, certainly no idea what to do if she's alive. I might as well be talking to a Lemurger for all the blarmy foolishness you're spouting out. Can you tell me how to get to her maze? Lunatic! Madman! Have you not listened to a word I've said? She's in prison! An internal dimensional maze for trying the best as the Lady of Pain. That means she's at least 10 times as barmy as you, and at least 100 times more powerful. She's also most likely dead, thrice dead. And if by some happenstance she isn't, she'll make you dead. I understand, but I really need your help. Can you tell me how to reach her or not? Quell goes quiet, chewing on his lip. After a moment, he finishes around in his tonic for a mint, then plops it into his mouth. You're serious. Serious now. Why so serious? So baiter bent? So mule stubborn? He sighs. Well, born clueless, die clueless. Yes?
Updated my journal.
All mazes have portals. This must I know to be true. A way in, a way out. This is how the lady fashions them. I do not know the portal, its location, or even its form, but I am told its key is a piece of Ravel. A piece of Ravel? But if Ravel is maze, then how am I supposed to... Then you'll have to make do. Find something that has Ravel's taint in it. Mayhaps that is all I know. All. Bother me no more about it. If you want to go pestering someone about something like that, go to the brothel of slating intellectual lust. One of the ladies there is bound to have met someone or know something that'll help. Thanks. I had other questions.
Updated my journal.
He rolls his eyes. Well, let's go. You can stand within the civic halls in the exclusive, so very exclusive, until you stumble in private sensorium, speak to the man at the Festal's foyer. Splinter, should you have any more fatuous questions about this place? Let me ask something else. They have some kitty. A kitty? And what's more, for a good measure, a caddy? What, pray tell, makes you think I'd give a caddy to a shirtless, impertinent pumpian such as yourself? He taps his foot, arms crossed, waiting your answer. Would you sell some then? Now that I might, but I would warn you, I sell no ordinary canes, but chocolates of power. He draws his last words out, rubbing his hands together greedily. Chocolates of power? He nods. Indeed, they are not cheap, mind you, so should you find yourself short of jings, I suggest you drop the subject immediately. Would you like to see what I have to offer? He cocks his head back. He cocks his head, looking at you slyly. Yes.
Updated my journal.
Ooh. Those aren't too bad. Stinky. Lucky. Okay. Invokes luck. Ooh, wait. Let's say, okay. Swarm curse. Friends. Strength. Call lightning. Protection from evil. Bless. Arbor. Could you imagine eating a chocolate that protects you from evil? That's hilarious. I like that.
Done.
Maybe talk to him another time. Okay.
I'm gone.
At least the person we were looking for to find information was not far from the location, so yay! I guess
I'm gone.
I should probably go check out those other sensory stones. But did I have to pay?
All right.
Or is it free now? Hang on.
When we get back.
I'm pretty sure she's talking to Morty, but your verbal skills are quite potent. I should have you spend some time at the brothel when we get back.
Oh, the gods are merciful.
I was expecting a little bit more, but yeah, I should have expected that reply. Even though he should already know that it's intellectual brothel. There's quite a few of these sensory stones. I'm not seeing named people, just kind of
Hey, Chief, they say we get rid of Ignis, all right? I mean, he's burning his candle at both ends, if you know what I mean.
We're not getting rid of Ignis. God. Okay, it looks like there's 10, so if they're anything like the others, which I assume they probably aren't, but they might be. This stone is unusually greenish yellow stone. It is securely fastened to the pedestal it rests upon. Oh, okay. Can I not interact with it other than that? That looks to be the census. What about this one? Wait, are they all going to be like this? The answer is yes. So maybe these guys will give some information to this. The man's gentle voice complements his calm, refined demeanor. Greetings. Are you here to use one of the sensory stones? Yes, I am. But I have some questions. There are currently more than a dozen standard sensory stones available, as well as 6 more extravagant experiences. The use of a standard stone is 10 copper commons. The more involved ones will cost 150 coppers. Would you care to hear of the standard or the extravagant sensations? Okay, so that's how this works. Extravagant. The man nods, smiling, and explains the more involved sensations. Will one of these suit you? Horrible regret will do. Shock and a rise of seeing Vengefulness will do. Slowly dawning horror will do. Indescribable frustration will do. A vast important secret will do. Lycanthropy will do. Well then. Let's see how this plays out. Oh, wait, there's more? Not right now. Actually, can you tell me? 6, that's 300. Okay, yeah. A fine choice. The stone you want to use is in one of the larger chambers, 3 rooms counterclockwise from the standard. It is reddish orange in color. Thanks, farewell. Reddish orange. Clockwise. Wait, did you say counterclockwise or clockwise? I can't remember. 1, 2. Reddish orange. Okay, here we go. This reddish stone, dun, 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 is the one that the clerk just directed you towards. Within it lies the experience. Horrible regret. Begin the sensation. You stand on the dock of your flagship, the divine hammer, as it floats over the continent of Agrarium, held aloof by the winds of magic. The very landscape roils and shudders beneath the bombardment of your fleet. 1,000 ships, cannons, and bombarders, hurling their sorcerous fire down the like vengeful gods. The shock waves begin to hit your ship only minutes ago. A constant vibration that sends shudders through the whole of the ancient craft and moves your very bones. Accompanied by a constant rumbling bass as the land's mountains begin to sink and the seas that surround it begin to boil over in the atmosphere. Your first officer comes to stand beside you. Continue experience. What's this? Oh. My Lord Admiral, permission to speak freely, sir. You nod your acquaintance. You nod your acquaintance? Okay, well, I'm probably reading that wrong. Your stomach sinking as you guess at his question. My lord, forgive me, but what gives us the right? 1,000,000,000 lives? Continue to the experience? You speak without turning to him, unable to take your eyes of Rhodes, the nation's vast capital. Take your eyes. Is that supposed to be off? Well, as it vaporizes into a cloud of superheated gases, 12 miles across, growing ever wider. If you only knew the full treachery of the Argirites. First officer film, one which is beyond most any man's comprehension, then you would know. You would speak of our right to annihilate them. We've no right to let them live. Continue. But, sir, traitors, all of them? Surely among the hundreds of thousands, how many innocent? Silence! Speak of it no more. Our king has spoken. His will be done. The task set to us is a horrible one, not fit for contemplation or questioning. There is no room for pity, no room for remorse, only duty. The two of you stand silently for a time, watching the last minutes of Argarium. At last, long you sigh, a low, stuttering exhalation that sounds as if something has broken inside you, beneath the brazen plate that covers the ruined half of your face. Your dead eyes begin to weep. My friend, I would have you understand. I know now, as I look down at what I have wrought here, that were I to think upon what I have done, what I have truly done, I would be struck mad. A deed such as this, the anguish would overwhelm and destroy me. So, First Admiral Palm, it must be that there are no innocents in our him. No mothers, no children, no people. Only traitors. Vile, cunning traitors who deserve no less than the full brunt of our most holy king's wrath. Do you understand this? Yes, my lord. Good. Now go. I wish to be alone here. By your command, Lord Admiral. Palm bows his head and returns below deck, leaving you to stand over the end of his civilization. Stir yourself from the experience. Oh, I gain experience every time? Well, okay. The experience seems to have stirred some long-forgotten, vaguely similar memory in your own mind. You feel as if you've gained something from using the Century Stone. Well, that's disturbing. Since I brought back memories, that could mean I was a part of that fleet, or I was on the other receiving end of that fleet. Oh no. Let's, like another, strip it, and I'll just, wait, which one did he say? Fudge. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, guess correct. Haha. First guess. What elf Ted is, oh wait, they did say specific areas, but, well, either way, complete guess. This violet stone is the one that the clerk directed you towards. Within it lies the experience shock and a rise to seething vengefulness. Begin the sensation. You stand somewhere in the nether regions of the plains, a sweltering place where the ground is beat in copper and the sky is of brass. Here the bodies of sinners in petitioners in this horrid place are rolled amongst iron brambles, and bronze scorpions until their bones are fine gray dust. You squint at the horizon, the bone dust rising with putrid smelling gusts of wind that carry with them the sound of agonized moaning. There is nothing but flat, metallic landscape as far as the eye can see. The dust is everywhere, in everything. It stings at your eyes, coats the insides of your mouth with a pasty film. You spit, wiping at it with your finger, but it's of no use. The stuff's taste has fouled your mouth completely. You look down at the key in your hand. A minute platinum orb? Okay. A minute platinum orb in a picture of the man's face who solely swore to you the magical portal you just passed through. Now gone, of course, led to the green fields of Beetopia. Someone, by all the powers in their proxies, was going to pay for this. Wait. Is that It? Oh. Stir yourself from the experience. The experience seems to have stirred some long-forgotten, vaguely similar memory in your own mind. You feel as if you've gained something from using the sensory stone. Okay. It does say vaguely similar. I believe it said it for that. Maybe it's not those scenarios, but maybe something close. Like, that one had... Yeah, they just took out billions. Maybe I saw worlds disappear or something. Which could be... That would probably be worse. Anyway, I guess it depends on the world, but either way. This one, I mean, maybe you've been trapped before. So, okay, let's go to the next one. Slowly drawing horror will do. I forgot to look at which one he said. Okay, maybe it'll be this one. Kind of fits the color. Yes. This bluish purple stone is the one that the clerk directed you towards. Within it lies the experience, slowly dotting horror. I'm mispronouncing so many words today. How good can it be, you think, regretting the burgundy liquid? Carefully. Across the table from you, the twisted old man smiles slyly. Please, sir, try. He whispers, his hushed voice, the sound of dry leaves brown over a roughly cobbled street. Thou shalt find it more than lives up to thy expectations, I assure you. You nod at him and lift the crystal goblet into the air, watching the light play through the crimson liquid. You'd come a long way for this drink, searching long and hard for this old man. And you'll be damned to let anything rush you now. The moment was to be savoured. You raise the glass to your lip, inhaling the stuff's aroma. The bouquet is light, sweet, intoxicating. I'm almost certain I misspelled that word a second ago, but mispronounced. Anyway, almost dazzlingly so. You've tried countless drinks, written tomes about them, their flavors and smells, means of manufacture, and your journeys across the plains. But this stuff was supposed to be legendary. No living man you'd found or heard of had tried the stuff. The stories were ridiculous. Nothing could taste quite so good. But there were the slightest bit of truth to them. This would be some of the fine liquor indeed. At last, you drink the goblet, a cautious sip. Incredible, indescribable, as the flavor washes over your palate. You fight the urge to shudder with delight. Nothing you have tried in all your long years has tasted quite like this. You look up at the old man, startled to find your glass empty, and you had drained it all in a single draught. You wipe your eyes with the back of your hand, not entirely sure when you had begun to cry. Tears of joy, eh? The old man laughs softly. Quite pleasing to the tongue, is it not? Wouldst thou like some more, perchance? He smiles at you once more. Yes, yes, if I might. Surely, he replies, refilling your glass. Try as you might, you cannot resist downing it in a single gulp. You thrust your finger into the goblet in an attempt to find some last hidden drop of the stuff. Several times more does he fill the goblet, and each time you gulp the stuff down as a starving man would devour a feast, unable to control yourself to deny yourself another exquisite taste of it. He chuckles softly once more. A drink such as this, a man would do anything for. No. You nod without hesitation. Yes, a man would. Looking at him, his sly smile suddenly takes on a whole new meaning. A sense of horror begins to creep over you, even as you begin to yearn painfully for more of the blood-red liquor. Yes, yes, the old man grins, his yellow eyes gleaming. A man wouldst do anything in the thrall of such a drink, even the most terrible, the most heinous of deeds, as thou shalt see, my newest servant. I wonder if that's supposed to kind of emulate my relationship with the hag witch, you know, since it's saying like the same thing. Vaguely familiar, you know. Maybe this time I will read where he says rather than just jump to it. So let's try not clicking immediately. Indescribable frustration will do. Okay, reddish orange. So we're going back over here. Okay, do we just go wee? Okay, well, whatever. Come. And so I guess you can. They just repopulate, or maybe they disappear as soon as you click on another one. Maybe these two are gone already. The indescribable frustration. Begin the sensation. You can see it now, the crown of Hephion gleaming upon a marble pedestal. No more than 20 strides away it is. With it, you could wrest control of the armies of Athenopolis away from your treacherous brother and restore your father's kingdom. A fool your wretched brother was. You smiled grimly at the thought to leave the king's only daughter alive, thinking she could do him no harm. A sound, the creak of leather sandals, the softest hiss over there by that third pillar. She was closer now. Polafi, the Medusa, jealously guarding the crown her servants had stolen from her so long ago. Crouching behind a wide pillar, you wrap your hands tightly around your trusted, thrice-blessed javelin, with your helm of swiftness in the 100-mirrored shield. Even a beast such as Polyphia would be no match for you. Any moment now, she would round the pillar and meet sight of you. Even she turned away from the shield. Your javelin would surely find her throat. Suddenly, there is a gentle touch on your shoulder. You gasp, spinning around to face, of course, the Medusa. Accepting the inevitable, you only have time to loose a piercing cry of frustration before your lungs and every other part of you solidifies into cold gray stone. Stir yourself from the experience. And remember, these stones are made from people's experiences, which means all these people somehow, hey, let's upload some horrific experiences. I mean, I guess that first one we went to on this level could be argued that he maybe regrets it to the point where he wants other people to question it, but I don't know, maybe he just didn't want to be in pain himself. Or alone in his pain, I should say. Here we go. A vastly important secret. 6 Imperial Sovereigns rush ahead of you, swinging the golden doors of the Dragon Palace wide. Long live the Empress! They cry in unison. 1,000 years. Long live the Empress! 1,000 years! Beyond the threshold, dozens of loyal warlords, kings in their own right, drop to their knees, touching their heads to the floor in difference as you pass them en route to the Grand Imperial Throne. As you turn and face your minions, seating yourself upon the Imperial Throne, you allow a small, satisfied smile to creep across your carefully painted lips. There is but one thought in the forefront of your mind. Continue. That the body of the young Empress Wu Tsun Sha lies broken at the bottom of the well of solitude, and that you, Bei Ho, a horse merchant's daughter, are at last poised to shake the empire in the corrupt Wu dynasty to its very foundations. Huh. Okay. Maybe my character was seeking power to challenge the whole thing, or maybe bringing it down. I'm just throwing out guesses. And here we go. Suddenly aware that the hour has almost come, you leap from your bed and run flying from your cottage and into the surrounding woods. Stumbling in the dark, you come to a small moonlit clearing, the one you had found last week and decide to use. Tonight, you hesitantly strip off your clothes, sit in the long grass and wait. You close your eyes, listening to the steady chirps of crickets, the throaty croaking of bullfrogs in the nearby creek, the rustle of the grass as the wind caresses it. What would someone think, seeing this through your eyes, experiencing this moment, and what was next to come? Soon you would travel to the city and find a cleric to rid you of the curse. But for now, may as well make the best of things. You rub your hands together with anticipation, grinning like a bearded, fire-haired giant of a madman, sitting naked and alone in a forest clearing in the dead of night. A prickling sensation runs across your skin and your senses sharpen dramatically. You breathe in through your nose, inhaling the scent of everything around you. The damp earth, the sweat on your cast-off clothes, the opusum clinging fiercely to the tree behind you. You open your eyes and look down at your forearm. The faint moonlight reveals the slightest quivering across their surface, but in moments the flesh begins to ripple impossibly. Tuffles of thick brown fur sprouting forth with a gristling, crackling sound, like popping joints and grinding bones. Your back and shoulders begin to hunch and broaden, uncomfortably, but not quite painful. Your muscles, your entire body mass doubles, triples in size, and continues to grow. Still fascinated by the transformation yourself, you watch as your fingers wither away to nothing, hands swelling into meaty paws from which burst fur and massive black claws. The night seems to become brighter as your eyes transform, become accustomed to the darkness. A wide muzzle comes into view, and you touch your wet, sniffling nose delicately, chuckling to yourself. Next time you think you'll have to stare into a mirror or pond as the curse takes effect. Watch your face warp and change, losing its familiar shape to become a bear's. So, a werebear. Soon, it becomes difficult to concentrate upon anything but your more basic urges. Food would be good right now. Yes, food. Perhaps you'll get lucky and find a nice fat catfish in the creek. You raise off your massive hunches with a hoof and begin to amble through the trees on all fours, heading for the water's edge. Stir yourself from the experience. So, maybe we had lycanthropy before? That, or, being transformed into, I guess, whatever. Okay. Into the standard. Unavoidable pain will do. Good. The stone you shall want to use is in one of the smaller chambers, one room clockwise from the stairs. It is greenish yellow in the corridor. Okay, cool. It's this one. Yay! Unavoidable pain. Begin! The experience is a short and violent one. Struggling with another slightly stronger man on the edge of a blazing hot stream of molten lava. Your weapon hand is slowly and extraordinarily forced ever closer to the magma. Beads of sweat evaporate the instant they appear. The hair on the back of your hand blackens and smolders above the awesome heat. Finally, howls of suffering echoing from the canyon walls around you. Your hand in the axe it holds plunges into the lava and chaws to ash in a few agonizing seconds. Wow, that less experience, but well, that and same thing. That one I suppose I can see where I have a connection with. Tender love will do. Your eyes are closed. You can sense yourself standing on the tips of your toes, pressed against someone tightly, softly, soft lips pressed against yours, giving you the most gentle of kisses. Your heart seems to flutter in your chest, and you feel as if you could fall backwards and simply float off into the space. Okay. Mind-numbing. Will do. Not sure what the other word is. Tidium?
And that's where it be.
The experience couldn't be more than a few minutes long, but hours seemed to pass. A long, boring lecture in the driest, dustiest hall in the University of Chalam in Sigil. You look about the vast hall, hoping to catch someone's eye, catch someone's eye to pull a face at. But the other students are either asleep or staring listlessly into space. You drop your quill pen and pick it up. Drop again and drop again. Just for something to do. You consider stabbing yourself in the eye with it. Just to see if your senses haven't been woolly numbed by the incredibly incredible boredom. Well, I'm guessing they did not do it, as that's where the experience ends. Sheer wonder. Hesitantly, you open your mouth and take a shallow breath, and water flows into your lungs like cool air. You smile and take a deep breath, gawking in all directions as you slowly sink to the bottom of the harbor, where hundreds of colorful fish weave through twisting tracks of brilliant coral. As your feet touch the bottom, you peer up at the keel of your ship and laugh aloud with joy, a string of great bubbles shooting up toward the surface. You know, I'm guessing he had some kind of breathing thing underwater, but, Consuming impatience. You stand debating with Iannis, the horribly slow keeper of the Lion Key, as to whether or not your quest is important enough for him to relinquish the artifact into your care. The whole experience is an exercise in sheer torment. Each and every one of his words is followed by a significant pause. Each and every point he makes is reiterated time and again before he lets you speak. You present an argument, then wait and wait and wait while he makes his counterpoint, to which you shoot out a snappy counterpoint of your own, then must wait yet again for another of Iannis' drawling, mending, seamlessly endless counterpoints. It's everything you can do not to simply lock the fiend's dust head off and snatch the key from the twisting corpse. Well then. Tired surrender will do. Okay. Wrong button. Shuddering, chattering, hoping beyond hope to be found, you curl into yourself beneath a blanket of snow to save what little warmth you have left, fighting to keep your eyes open, to remain awake. You become aware that you can no longer feel your arms, your legs, the ice against your face, and tired, so tired, you at last resign to the inevitable. You close your eyes, bidding sleep a bitter welcome as the sense of loss forces a single tear, doomed to crystallize before it even reaches your cheek from your arching eyes. Supernatural lust. You find yourself coupling with a succubus, a creature of such intense and otherworldly beauty that even her fiend's horns and thrashing tail give you no pause. She gasps under you. You desire her so completely that the whole of your existence seems focused towards this single goal. As your life explodes from you in a starry burst, you hear the delighted laughter of the succubus as she drains you dry, leaving your body but a soulless husk. Yeah. And if we've got a similar experience with that, well, I guess it might be hard to get killed completely. But wouldn't that also mean the succubus would kind of starve? Unless we just got endless soul, in which case they'd love us. Let's check the others. And here's the other... Wait, I thought you said there's... Okay, there's... I swore... I thought you said 12, but here we go. Psychosis. The experience is a strange one, very disturbing. You've the point of a knife pressed to someone's throat, your hand clamped over their mouth, and breath hot and heavy in their face. You begin to stab them. Okay, well, slowly. The knife dimples their skin and eventually breaks it. There is the hot rush of blood over your forearm and the sound of strangled respiratory, a horrible sense of perverted glee, and it's over. I'm guessing I read that. Psychosis? Okay, well. Well then. Festering jealousy. Let's go. You feel your lips curl as the fair-haired young hero, armor gleaming like polished silver mirror, once again enters your tavern, hanging his velvet cloak on a wall peg. He surveys your patrons with a pair of eyes like a sea gem's, and a smile that sets the serving wenches swooning. You set the mug you're cleaning down and harumph loudly, thinking of what it'd be like to turn him upside down and shove him in a rain barrel. Well, these experiences are massively ranging. Bitter loathing coming up. This one's a little bit longer than the other short ones. Venomous tears of pain brimming in your narrow yellow eyes. You gather the tattered remains of your small scaled red wings off the floor. You humble back out of Grobba's study, gritting your needle-like teeth beneath sealed lips. Surely you're only a synagogue, least among devils, but that's no cause for a pit fiend to tear your wings off because he doesn't like the message you've brought him. What will your Lungon master do now? He certainly can't say anything to Grobba, and what use is a synagogue without its wings? You'll probably get cast into the pits of flame for incompetence. Vengeance out of the question. There's a little to do but shake your clawed fist and hate Grobba with all the loathing your hard little black devil's heart can muster. Well then, I wonder if there's anything other than experience you get from this, besides maybe a little hinting at what your personal experiences were in the past lives. Like, that's the... Like, I'm hoping something else pops up other than just experience, and maybe we see some things, clues later related to these, but we'll find out. Pure glee. Tensing and leaping about in a rhythm with the wood with elves, bouncing festival music, you and a dozen other dancers spin through the forest, clearing like a swirling dervious, smiling and laughing like mad, as the cheering forest dwellers whoop, clap, and dance alongside you. Fairies careen through the air above your heads, leaving sparkling trails of colorful light. At least, not all of them are dark and gloom. Frightened exhilaration. Exhilaration? You twist your head to look up at a large contraption strapped to your back. A set of 4 bat-like wings extend from out of it, each made of leather pulled taut over wicked frames. From the precipice you're perched on, Deionarra's floating fortress appears as but a teeny speck suspended in the blue-gray sky, miles away across nothing but empty air. This is how everyone travels on the plains of air. They said, it's easy. You smirk, step back a ways, and make a running leap off the cliff into the cool wind below, leaving your stomach behind as the wings suddenly catch the wind. An amazing rush shudders through your entire body as you soar out over the nothingness and towards the elemental prince's abode. Grim determination. The entire hall was in ruins, and still in the process of being destroyed as dozens of combatants hurled weapons, deadly arcane magics, and themselves at one another in a desperate struggle to be the last one standing. Plumes of acrid green smoke rose from the pile of limp bodies you dragged yourself out of, having barely escaped the wrath of some fiendish spell. There it was, across the way, through the battling throng, through the bloodthirsty battle ahead of you, sitting untouched on a miraculously upright table, your pint of mead, and you'd get it back if you had to kill every last one of the brawling tavern patrons to do it. He really wants his beer. I say his beer, his liquor. He really wants his mead. Complete bafflement. You awaken from an uneasy dream to find yourself transformed in your dank lair into a rather small, 4-limbed, fleshy thing. You're lying on your shell-less, as it were, woolly, unprotected back, and when you lift your teeny head, unadorned with its unusual sensory antenna, a little you can see your pinkish belly, partly covered in soft curling hairs, quite unlike the black bristles you're accustomed to seeing there. Your only two legs now just jut from the end of your torso, rather than up from around your abdomen. They look thick and ungainly in proportion to your body, and lie there limply, making no attempt to right you on their own. Only by actively concentrating can you move the things. What has happened to you? Okay, well, that's all those. Whew. That's a lot of reading. Oh, you're still here?
Well, you are in luck. On my post stab, I regularly have polls on what game I'll play next. Give it a look. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Primordius Gamer, out.